We gonna try it again. Yeah, we gonna try it again. We gonna try it again. That's what we gonna do.
Yeah. That sounds like a good plan right there.
Yeah. See, if my husband was here, he can show me how to do what I need to do.
It's all right. Let me tell you. Sometimes these are technical difficulties we have to deal with.
Yeah.
Because this is important. This is important information. Some people don't want us to hear it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, they still over there. They got to come on this one. They got to come on this one. They got to come on this one. I got to give him a few minutes to find me over here.
Okay. I'm here. I'm going to be here. Right here. I ain't going nowhere.
They still say I'm live over there. Okay, we got one person back. When you come in, can you please let me know if it sounds better? Please, y'all. Hey, one person went out. Live chat. Live chat got 2 thumbs up. So I don't know. We might have lost our audience, or they haven't found us yet because it's always a delay.
It's all right.
We got one in the building.
Work it out, Wanda. Work it out. You got it. I got faith in you. It's all right.
See, I can.
Work it out, Wanda. Work it out.
See, I can hear you now.
I got faith in you. It's all right.
Okay, now we just have to wait on that because the volume and stuff is waiting. Over 50 year Fabulous. She said your sound is clear, sis. Thank you, 50 and Fabulous. I mean, I don't know what be going on. I'm trying to give them a few seconds to come on over here, but I had to come completely out the whole thing and start completely over. So that's just crazy.
It's all right.
Yeah, I mean, but you know the enemy, he always tried. That's how you know that it's some things that need to be heard and said and heard.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So we're gonna give them a few more minutes. 50 and Fabulous, she found us. You probably might need to call your friend.
She right here. I told her. She said she right here. She ain't going nowhere. I said, hold on.
No, she gotta come into the other live till I had to start it over.
Okay, hold on.
She's not in there. Y'all give us a few minutes. I'm Lost G family. Aunt Maddie. I don't know. I know they said, what is going on? I should have cleared it out in the beginning. 50. I should have cleared it out in the beginning because I had it just sitting. And I should have cleared it out in the beginning.
Christian said she coming.
Okay. Let me text Aunt Maddie and tell her that. Just text her and tell her to come back. Over 50 happens to everyone, sis. So encouraging and keep going. Yes, I thank you. I know. But you know, anything that you do that's good, you got to go through. You know, we just talked about that the other day. Talked about it the other day.
My husband, one of his sayings is, you got to go through heck to come out right and exact.
You do.
Yes.
You absolutely do.
Yeah,
because
told me that you got to come through heck to come out right and exact.
I be on this. Yeah, you're right. And I be on this internet like all day. And I don't be having, I ain't had no problems. When I did my meal before the show started, I didn't have no problem. But you know, that's how the enemy work. Okay, Christian is back. She said, I'm back. I'm waiting on Auntie and G. We had 7 people, but we not going to wait too much longer, y'all, because they can catch the replay and I apologize for any inconveniencing y'all. And it's a delay anyway. So okay, well everybody, I think everybody already heard. They said I was on live earlier and YouTube just completely stopped. I just went out and came back in. Double Trouble is back. Thank you, baby. Yeah, it be some things happening, and they see I'm up on my stuff now, so maybe they just didn't want me to do it. I don't know. Double Trouble said, "Hey, okay." So only person that we waiting on is Auntie and G, but I'm pretty sure they'll jump back in. And did y'all hear? Well, I think y'all heard the part, about her and me or whatever. But my chat board will always say one person, but it'd be more people in the chat, and I don't know why YouTube does that to me. But Maddie is here. Okay, so only person that's missing is G, but he'll find his way back over here because he always do. Donna Green and G, I think we have, but it absolutely says we have one person, but now it says two. So I guess as well way to warm up. But okay, Larissa, the floor belongs to you.
All right.
Thanks for coming back, Auntie. We apologize. Okay. All right, hand run.
All right, you ready? Okay.
Yep.
So I just want to say to each and every one of you, the guys, that it's okay if you feel depressed sometime. It's okay to go through depression. The only thing I ask you to do is acknowledge it. Because for years, I've been going through depression since I was about 12 years old. And for a long time, I didn't acknowledge it. And it'll catch up with you. If you don't acknowledge it, if you don't embrace it, it'll catch up with you. And sometimes it's not good when it catches up with you. So I'm telling you to acknowledge it. I have depression every year. But let me tell you what I've done. I have paid attention to certain times where I'm really depressed and certain times where I'm okay. And I have a schedule. I know when I'm going to be really depressed, and I know when I'm not. And what I've done is adjusted my life.
Wow.
I said to myself, either you're going to let it defeat you or you're going to deal with it. So what I do sometimes when I'm depressed, I've been diagnosed with major depressive disorder. Sometimes people don't have major depressive disorder. Sometimes you're just depression. Sometimes it's just anxiety. But I have major depressive disorder because there's some times where my depression is so bad, there's nothing I can do but ride the wave. And that's what I do. I say, you're going through it, you got to ride the wave. And I adjust my life. And that's what I do. You have to adjust your life to your depression. Sometimes you need more sleep. Sometimes you have to cut people off.
Wow.
And you know what? The people around you, the people around me, they know what's going on. And when I say this is how I'm feeling and I'm not feeling well, and they all know what's going on, they say, we understand. Okay, is there anything we could do? I said, just let me write it.
Wow.
And they understand. Listen, I've lost friends who didn't understand. What do you mean? You're depressed? I don't get it. What do you mean? But my ride or die, they're there. And they say, we're here. If you need anything, let me know.
Wow.
So I've lost some friends. I don't know if you call them friends, associates maybe, because my real friends has been there for me.
Right.
They've never let me down. So, and they understand this is what I have to go through. And some of them don't understand. They say, well, maybe I can do this. I said, look, the only thing you can do is be there for me.
Right.
So that's what I go through. You have to ride the wave of depression and anxiety and sometimes panic attacks. You have to say, look, this is how I'm feeling. It's real. I'm not going to worry about how it happened, and because there's 1,000 reasons why depression happens. There's seasonal depression, there's genetic depression. There's 1,000 reasons why it happened.
Right.
But you shouldn't be worried about that. You should be worried about just getting through.
Right.
And riding the wave and getting through. And I'm here to tell you that you can do that, because I do this every day of my life, and people don't realize the good demeanor that I have, and I have a good personality. They're like, there's no way that you're depressed. I'm like, yes, it is. Yes, I suffer from depression,
Right.
because I'm not always, they expect depressed people to be, I don't know.
What, to look a certain way?
Huh?
What you mean? Like they expect you to look a certain way?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. They expect you to look a certain way. They expect you to act a certain way. And when I smile and when I feel encouragement and give encouragement to my friends, they like, there's no way she could be depressed if she's still giving encouragement to her friends. And no, there is a certain way people expect you to act.
Right.
There's a certain way. And when I tell people I suffer from depression, they're like, there's no way. Because I have a beautiful personality and my heart is
absolutely
big as gold. They don't expect people like that. But I'm still a person. I'm still a person, and I've just learned how to deal with it. I'm not saying I deal with it. I'm perfect and I've perfected it, but I've learned how to deal with this. And you have to learn how to deal with it. It's just like if you have high blood pressure, if you have diabetes, if you have other conditions. Depression is no different. Depression and anxiety is no different. You
right.
have to learn how to deal with it. And let me tell y'all, I have two major depressive episodes. One starts in November and goes all the way until maybe February, March.
Wow.
And you know what? Let me tell you, Christmas is my favorite holiday. And I said, why do I have to be depressed during this time? But I have to adjust. Instead of saying, why do I have to do this? I adjust my life.
Wow.
I do more things, and I try to be more active. And a lot of people, listen, some people can deal with depression with medicine and talk therapy. Some people, it's not as bad. You can just go out and exercise. Some people deal with it with exercise. But what I'm telling you is, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse, but I'm telling you to deal with it. Whatever way that you need to deal with it, deal with it. I take antidepressants when I need to. I don't take them all the time. See, let me tell you something. The devil want me to be ashamed that I take antidepressants, but I'm not.
Right.
It's what it is. Chemical imbalance of the brain. Them drugs balance my brain back out. But there's sometimes to where exercise can balance your brain out. Sometimes chemical imbalance of the brain is caused from vitamin deficiencies.
Wow.
So you have to figure out what is good for you and what works for you. Might not be as bad as me. You might be, but you gotta figure it out. You gotta figure it out.
Wow.
You have to. I have to look depression in the face and say, look, I'm not a depressed person. Depression is just what I suffer from.
Wow.
And that's the way you have to look at it. So many people feel like if they acknowledge depression that they're a failure. You're not a failure. You're not a failure. You're. Let me tell you, it's bad to deny the feelings.
Wow.
Not acknowledge the feelings of depression. You're a better person if you say, look, this is how I feel and something is off.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And you have to acknowledge it. So I'm going to stop there. And if you have any questions, if you have anything, let me know. I'll stop there.
The reason why I'm very interested in knowing a lot about this, because I heard of the word mental health and I heard of the word anxiety, panic attacks, and things like that. But actually being in a relationship with somebody. Mm-hmm. So my question is, how does that affect? I know you said that you have lost some friends and you also have some real friends there. So do you have any advice for somebody that's in a relationship with somebody that's because it's different types? And Mr. Bay, his is more anxiety, where because it's all in that category. And he go out in the world every day and it's like silent to the world. I get to see it, like his mother get to see it. And what advice do you have for someone that, because do you have that same one that he had where his heart rate race and he feel like he's having a heart attack and stuff? Do you have that one?
Yes, ma'am. That's panic attacks.
Like what advice? Because I'm going through it and I didn't have nobody to teach me this. You know, when me and him got together, almost 2 years, January, that wasn't part of the conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, how you doing? What's your name? What's your number? And I be having panic attacks. That wasn't in that wasn't in the conversation. So that's something that I had to learn. You know what I'm saying? I had to learn about him. You know what I'm saying? And I think that he hit it. You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't know how I was going to react. But you know, God do everything for a reason.
Right.
So I learned to be able to deal with it. But some of the things that he do, I don't know how to deal with. Because he thanks G for coming back. Because sometimes he'd be fine. And all of a sudden he'll look like something is wrong. But at that time, he's dealing with the panic attack then. Like it's the silent thing. He dealing with it silent where he feel like it's coming and he's trying to control it and he looking mad. So what advice do you have for somebody that's in a relationship with somebody that's dealing with any type of mental health?
This is advice I have. Be patient with them. Don't judge them. Don't be harsh to them about it. You need all the care, and especially with men.
Right.
They're not going to be 100%. You know, women, we're emotional. We wear our heart on our sleeve. But with men, you have to be patient. And you have to be creative. Mm-hmm. You know, they're not going to just come out and say, I'm having a panic attack. Men are not going to do that. But they are having a panic attack. You have to be proactive. Okay, so panic attacks, let me tell you, a lot of depression, a lot of mental health, let me say this, a lot of mental health is caused by vitamin deficiencies. Vitamin deficiencies can be the cause of your mental health. And so what I would say, if you're dealing with somebody, make sure that they're taking their vitamins. You know, make sure that they're eating and getting everything that they need. Make sure that their vitamins is up to par. Make sure, hey, let's go for a walk. You know, hey, let's do this. Those are things that you can do. You're not a doctor. You can't prescribe medicine to them. But you can say, hey, let's go for a walk. Hey, let's do this. Anything that's going to better their mental health. Mm-hmm. And if they're taking their vitamins, and if they're exercising, that will help tremendously with their mental health.
Right.
Tremendously.
And that's true.
Yeah. So what I would say is, you know, you can't say, oh, you need to go to the doctor. You know, that's being judgmental. And men especially is not going to take that. So you can say, hey, let's go for a walk. Hey, let's do this. Let's exercise some type of way. Let's do some type of exercise. Make sure they're getting their vitamins. Absolutely. That's at least what you can do.
Absolutely. And Babe was taking his vitamins, you know, and like we went from panic attack every day to panic attack every night to now we just sleep all through the night. And it's because he's fighting. He absolutely fight. He work. He walk. He work. He drinking his water. He was taking his vitamins. But it's good. But I'm just so yeah.
Let me tell you about depression. Sometimes depression backed me up into the corner. Mm-hmm. But let me tell y'all this. It's sometimes where I come out swinging. Okay.
Yes.
And I say, excuse my language for anybody on this call, I'll be damned. Mm-hmm. If you're not backing me into no corner, because depression, you know, I have to say, I'm not taking it anymore.
Right.
I'm fighting. You understand what I'm saying? And I fight. And I have to fight. It's a constant battle. And I have to say, you're not stronger than me, depression. I'm going to show you who I am. You know what I'm saying? So you have to. Sometimes it will back you into a corner. And sometimes I try to be aware of my depression. And sometimes I'm like, oh, gosh, it got me. And I have to come out of corner swinging. I have to come out swinging and say, no. You're not going to do me. You're not going to take me worse than this. You're not going to take me to suicide. You're not going to take me. I'm going to fight you. Right. I have to fight my depression. You know, it's like fighting your demons.
Correct. But me, somebody that's looking from the outside, that's looking in with when he be having his, and you know what it looks like to me? It looks like he's fighting an invisible person.
It's the demons.
Yes.
It's demons. Listen, depression is a demon, and I listen.
It's a spirit. Absolutely.
It's a spirit. It is a spirit, and you have to acknowledge it. I'm telling you, if you bury them, and because let me tell you, from 13 to 30, let me say 32, I suppressed the depression. I suppressed it. I didn't want to deal with it. I don't got time for this. I want to deal with it. About 32, bit me in the rear end and said, "Oh, you're going to deal with this. You know,
right.
You're going to deal with it." And I've learned after that, I said, "You're going to deal with it." And I learned to deal with it. You have to learn to deal with it. You have to learn.
Absolutely.
You have to. You have to deal with it. You have to acknowledge it. Because, see, let me tell you, the devil don't want you to acknowledge it.
Correct.
He wants you to be in denial and say, "No, you ain't dealing with it." The devil don't want you to do that. So what you do is you acknowledge it. And you say, "Okay, I'm depressed, or I suffer from anxiety, or I'm suffering from panic attacks, or whatever it is you're suffering from."
Right.
And then you go from there. You know, you go from there. If you get to that point, you go from there. I'm telling you, it's a whole nother world when you say, "Okay, yeah, I acknowledge it." You have to acknowledge it. You have to. I did it for so long, and they used to call me mean. Because I was mean. Because that's a sign of not dealing with depression. I was mean. You know?
Right.
And when I start dealing with it, and when I start acknowledging it, I wasn't as mean. They said, "Okay, you know," because I didn't know I was young.
Right.
I was young. You know, I was young, and so I had to deal with it that way. So I'm telling you that it's okay. I want everybody on this call to know it is okay if you feel depressed. I can't express that enough to you. What I'm telling you next is when you acknowledge it, make a plan.
Wow.
Say, "Okay, I'm walking. Okay, I'm going to take my vitamins." There's a number of things you can do. You know,
right?
And you have to you just have to find what it is. Go to your doctor and say, if you feel depressed, go to your doctor and have a CBC, complete blood count.
Right.
And they say, "Okay, you're deficient in C or D or things." Those are the vitamins that cause depression. You know,
right.
And a lot of doctors, and I'll be honest, a lot of doctors are not going to. They're not going to. How can I say this, Lord? Doctors are here to treat illnesses and not cure.
Wow.
You know, so what you have to do is be proactive and take care of your own mental health. Because some doctors are just here to treat you. They ain't here to cure you. Because if they cure you, that's a patient loss.
We just had that conversation the other day. We did. We on my channel. We actually had that conversation.
Yes, and so you have to be your own advocate for depression and well-being. Still, I'm under a doctor's care. I am under a doctor's care, but I'm also under my own care.
Right.
I'm under my
absolutely.
Own care. Yeah. So you have to really acknowledge it, and I just want people to know that it's okay. It is okay to be depressed. It is okay. And people who know me, I'm telling you, they're shocked. You suffer from depression?
Right.
Because they expect a certain thing. And
because you got to look a certain, they want you to look a certain way.
Yeah. And
right.
No, I'm who I am. I'm still going to tell you I love you. You call me, I'm still going to give you good advice. Even
exactly.
With depressed.
Even with depression. Absolutely.
Even with depression. You know?
Right.
So I just want to tell you all that. You know, there's a lot. I lost my mother 35 days ago, and I'm grieving.
We still praying.
I'm not talking about depression from losing my mother. This is before I lost my mother, you know. But I'm still grieving from that. You know, you just have to deal with a whole lot of things, and I have a lot of family support, and you know, we talk about things, and my mother comes to me still, and I'm dealing with that, but I'm talking before that. I still deal with depression, and it is okay y'all okay if y'all still with depression. I still love y'all. Listen, I'm not gonna look at you any different. Nobody should look at you any different. They're not really your friend, you know. But it's just a condition. It's just a condition.
Right.
That's all I want to say to people. And everybody doesn't suffer from the same level of. I suffer from I have a, what do you call it? Oh gosh. I have a deep level of depression sometimes. You know, it's seasonal depression, but it happens more often. And you know what? Sometimes I exercise and I do everything. I take my vitamins and nothing happens. And you know what I have to say to myself? Just ride the wave. It'll be over soon, because it always ends. It always ends.
Right.
But I have to say, hey, you got to deal with this. And it'll be better soon. It always
absolutely
gets better.
Yes.
You know, it always gets better. But you have to help yourself. You can't just lay in the bed and, I'm depressed, so I'm just going to lay here. You got to get up and fight it.
Yeah.
You got to get up and say, no, this is not. Or if you're dealing with somebody who's dealing with it, you got to push them to fight it. You got to push them to fight it.
Yeah, but sometimes, like, they be so mad that they dealing with it. I know Babe, sometimes he just be like, he ain't want to deal with nothing, because he's so upset about it, you know, about even having it, because sometimes he be like, why me? You know what I'm saying? But why not you?
Right.
You know, why not you? So.
And it is a lot of things. Listen, sometimes I call myself the chosen one, because I was chosen to go through this. I don't know why.
Right.
And I'm not going to focus on why I was chosen. What I'm going to focus on is there's something
behind it.
You know, there's something that it's going to come better. And there's something out there that there's a reason why I'm going through what I'm going through. And
you know? By you saying that, not to cut you off, is because now that's how Bae talks to himself. You know, he talks to himself just like that. Like, I don't know why you gave it to me, God, but you know, I know on the other side is something good. Like, he's actually like talking to himself. But I heard a lot of people that go through therapy that they is supposed to talk to themselves like, you wonderful, you beautiful, you know. So that is part of therapy. And whether he knew it or not, and you know, when I hear him talking to himself, like boosting himself up, like I don't want to interrupt him, but I know that that's a part of therapy. I have never had therapy before, but I know that's a part of it.
Yes, and let me tell you, they expect you to be depression. You're supposed to be. I don't know what you're supposed to be, but I know what I am. I'm beautiful. I have a beautiful
heart.
Yes,
you are.
I have a beautiful. Listen, I have a beautiful mind, and sometimes depression takes over, but I'm not depression. Depression is just something that I suffer from.
Right, absolutely.
You get
I get it. Yep.
There's a difference in that. And I say, people really, they like, no way you suffer from depression. I'm like, yeah, I do. You know, because like I said, they expect a certain thing.
Right.
I am who I am. And I deal with it every day. Every day. Some days are better than others. Some months are better than others. Sometimes, I had a good month. I'm like, boy, you had a good month.
Right.
But I deal with it. You know, sometimes like, oh, that was a bad month there. You know?
Right.
But I deal with it. And I won't let it defeat me. Depression will not defeat me.
Yeah, I'm writing.
It doesn't have to. If you just acknowledge it and deal with it, it doesn't have to defeat you. It doesn't have to.
Auntie said, yes, you're beautiful. G put the hearts up and the prayer hands. Yeah, like this right here is really, really deep because, okay, and the reason why I say it's deep because some of us some of us have depression that we don't know. So one of my questions to you are, and get in the depths with us with it. You know what I'm saying? And let us know, because some of us is dealing with it and we have not been diagnosed by a doctor, but the symptoms and the signs. So one of my questions is, when did you notice that you was dealing with some type of mental illness? Like, what was your red flags? Like, what was happening with you that say, okay, let me go see, do I need to get some help? Or, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let me tell you this. I was dealing with it for a long time, but I didn't want to acknowledge it. So what you is asking me is when I actually acknowledge that something is wrong.
Yeah, how did you know?
We're talking about from 13 years old to maybe
well, when you
29.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? 30. And I said, something is off here. And in the Black community, depression and going to therapy and getting doctors, that's not very common. You know, it's not very common. But I said, something is off here. You know, I just thinking of things, I said, something is off. And I said, you need to go and see about these things and see what's wrong.
So, sis, when you say something is off, like what were you feeling like so we can know, like we can look for the signs, the red flags?
Okay. Let me tell you, this is the sign right here. If you are a person who loves the craft, and that's me, love the craft. I'm a craft
and that's
addict.
Me too.
You understand what I'm saying? And you start feeling like, I don't feel like doing that. That's a sign that you're depressed. One sign is not wanting to do the things that you always love to do. That's a sign of depression right there. You know, sleeping more, that's a sign of depression. Aggravated. Everybody aggravating you. You know, if you aggravated when maybe you shouldn't be aggravated, that's a sign of depression. You're angry. All the time. You're like, what is wrong with me? I'm angry. That's a sign of depression. Those are all signs of depression. And let me tell you, I have a whole room dedicated to crafts. And when I don't want to go in that room, I say, oh, here we go. Something is off here. Because I love to go in my craft room and make stuff. I'm very artistic, you know, and I love to create. So these are the things. Whatever it is, doesn't have to be crafts. Whatever it is, if you're working out and you say, I don't want to do that anymore, if you, whatever, you know, if you, whatever it is that you used to do and you find yourself not liking to do it anymore, that's a sign of depression. And that's when you say, okay, it's time. I got to deal with this. I have to deal with it. Whether you want to go into a doctor, talk therapy, whether you want to go get medicine, whether you want to go and start exercising, because exercise can be just as effective as going to a doctor.
Okay.
It can be just as effective as going to a doctor. Exercise can. So, yeah, that's when I notice. When I'm noticing, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. And, yeah, that's when I figure something is off. But I have this depression thing mapped down, you know, and some days you should see me. Some days I say, depression, you ain't going to get me because I know when the season comes. Right. The season's my depressional season. So I say, you ain't getting me. So I'll try. I'm doing all I can. I'm going to aerobics. I'm taking my vitamins. I'm doing everything. Sometimes it works. And let me tell you this, Wanda, sometimes it don't. Sometimes I just have to ride the wave and say, okay. I'm going to just ride the wave. And it always lets up. It's never been a whole year of depression. It's never been a whole 6 months of depression. Right. I go through 3 or 4 months, but it's never in a whole year. It always lights up. And I say, you know what? What gets me is I say, there is light at the end of the tunnel. At the end of the tunnel, baby. Yes, sir. Yes, it is. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Well, that right there, that kind of helped me because, well, it just explains a lot because I be trying to figure out like how does people know like that, you know what I'm saying, that you dealing with this, like what are the symptoms? But I have another question. Okay, what is you can break this down however you want to do it. I just want to know like what is, let me see. What is one of like the worst things that this mental health had backed you into a corner with? Just one of the worst things that try to give us an example as best as you could to let us know like one of the worst things that, because anxiety is different levels. It could be a level 1 where you just don't want to go nowhere. You just want to be in the house. You know, a level 2 is when you just probably cry all the time. You know, level 3, like it's so many levels to it. So can you give us kind of like something to let us know what level that it can take you on, so people, when they can prevent this, when they catch the symptoms early, so they don't have to go to the rooftop with it. You see what I'm saying? So just give us kind of something to.
I'm gonna give y'all a little story, and let me tell you. See, this is where I shine, because let me tell you something. The devil, he wants you to be ashamed.
Period.
Of your depression, but I'm not ashamed. Okay, so I'm gonna tell y'all this story. I don't give a dick. I don't give a care. Who hears it? There was a time that I was taken so low.
G, please, G. Go ahead.
I took some pills. Now, let me tell you, I've never been suicidal in my entire life. Never. Except for this one time. And I didn't want to commit suicide. Let me tell you what I wanted to do. I was tired of feeling the pain, so I just wanted to sleep. This only happened one time in my life. And it happened. And I'm not ashamed of it. It is what it is. And I didn't want to die. I just wanted to sleep the pain away.
Jesus.
So I took some pills. And this only happened once. And when I came through it, I said, you never will put yourself in that space again. Ever. And I've never been. That was one time in my entire life. One time. But I've been there. And I'm not ashamed of it. I'm not ashamed of it. Because you got to deal with this. You got to deal with it, or it may take you there. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
I didn't want to die, Wanda. But I wanted to sleep the pain away.
Right.
I didn't want to deal with it no more.
But that was just part of the depression.
Yes.
And it's probably, but let me say this right here. By you saying that right there, it's probably a lot of people that have felt like you that wanted to sleep the pain away, but they didn't make it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Some people just felt like, okay, this is not, because they probably didn't want to say like it was I was trying to just take myself out. But just like you wanted to sleep. And some people probably wanted to sleep but didn't wake up. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what I was asking. Like, what was one of the hardest things that the anxiety, what it took you to, like the highest level?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That
So
right, it took me. And when I got out of that, I said, let me tell you something, Reese Jean. I ain't going back there ever again.
Right.
That's not it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I had to reason with myself and say, oh no, we're not doing this.
Right.
Because I've never been, when you go to the doctor and you suffer, they ask you, have you ever been suicidal? Have you ever been all this?
Absolutely.
I've never been. But one time the pain was so deep, I just wanted to sleep. And let me tell you why the pain was so deep. Because I didn't administer self-care.
Period.
When I say self-care, that means I didn't want to acknowledge what I was going through.
Exactly. I get that.
I want to deal with it. This is why I'm telling you to deal with it. Deal with your pain.
Right.
Deal with these feelings that you have, because if you don't, that's what will happen to you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's what will happen. The pain will get so deep and you're like, I don't want to deal with this no more. But you know what? That happened one time in my life. And I'm 49 years old. And I said, it'll never happen again. And it never has. Because you know what? The first sign of depression, I'm on it. What?
Right. Absolutely.
Okay. You don't want to do this? No. We're going to deal with this. It's
absolutely
nothing different than dealing with conditions that you have. But people make it so shameful. It's not shameful. It is what it is. And Black people, for the longest, have decided, we don't suffer. Yes, you do. You do suffer from depression. Yes, you do.
But I want to just say this real quick. The ghetto gardener just entered the room.
You know who that is?
Yeah, that's her husband, y'all. So
yes,
we everybody's he came in to support his wife, and that's what it's about. You feel me?
Yes,
like he came in here to support his wife. So
yes,
shout out to the Ghetto Gardener, y'all. Some of y'all know him by him coming in my page, coming in my channel. But shout out to him. But Larissa, I really commend you on everything, all the information, because some of us could be dealing with this and don't even know. And you know what I'm saying? If you just touch one person, that's all that matters. But that was just to say her story is just like to let y'all know that she's an overcomer. She's overcoming this. That's when she was speaking on things from the beginning. And you know what I'm saying? The things that she struggled with, but she's overcoming it. You know, she's better today. Even though she lost her mother 32 days ago. And, you know, some people would not be even strong enough to be able to handle that. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with depression, dealing with anxiety, dealing with all these thoughts and things that she got to deal with. And then she lose her mother. The enemy trying to take you out.
Yes,
but God, you hear me? But God, you still standing and you was over, you know, you done dealt with the anxiety. Did God cause your mother home and you still standing? You know, so I commend you. You a soldier to me. You a soldier to me. Yeah, you is. Because a lot of people wouldn't been able to take that. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with that mental health. I don't mean that mental health, but dealing with mental health, and then hard as it been for you from, you said, the age 13 to now, and then you know you deal with that, the loss of your parent. You know that right there. That's I commend you. You a soldier to me in my book, because you are. But I really truly appreciate you for coming through. Let's check our comments. Enjoyed the live. Very informational, educational. Hello, the real Ghetto Gardener. Aunt Maddie speaking to you, Gardener. But I commend you. Y'all, thanks to the 7 amazing channels that's in the building. Y'all, please give me a thumbs up, share me out, or subscribe to the channel. If y'all don't have somebody in here, y'all snatch them up, y'all. And we appreciate it. I apologize again for being late, but I just commend this soldier right here, because a lot of people wouldn't even be able to walk in them shoes right there. You know. Ma'am. So I'm just thankful.
Let me tell you something. The devil is a liar.
He is.
Tell you about this, but you know what? This is what it is. And this is life for me, and I'm okay with it.
Yeah, but okay with it. You a soldier, bro. I got hood real quick. Sit over here with some damn pearls on, talking about, bruh. Hey, look, I gotta be me. I'm sorry. Look, don't let these pearls fool you. But y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and continue on with the show. Look, everybody applaud Larissa Wright. I commend her for coming out telling her story, because that's a hard story for a lot of people to even talk about. A lot of people is dealing with anxiety and they in the closet. You know what I'm saying? They in the closet and they don't want to talk to nobody about it. But the Bible says that we are free by the word of our testimony. The devil don't have no hold on you. You're going to be set free and delivered, because you stood here and you told, I don't know how many people that is going to catch the replay. Maddie says sorry for your loss.
I'm okay with it all. I'm okay with it all.
Right.
I tell you, the devil, listen, he don't want you to speak your truth. You know, but let me tell you something. When you shameful and don't want to deal with it, and that's when the devil uses it against you.
Period.
I speak my truth, because he will never use this against me. Never, ever.
Absolutely.
He will not. He will not use it against me, because this ain't his fight.
That's all right.
This ain't his fight. You know, this is not his fight. So yeah, I'm all good. I don't care about I'm good.
Okay, that's right. That's right. I'm trying to put your banner back up. I don't think that's it.
Listen,
I don't have the most trouble.
I hope that I reach one person in this audience. It is all good.
Period.
One person.
Oh, there it is.
I'm good.
That's all you need to do. Good. Okay, y'all. Listen, now we're gonna get into the natural things that Miss Larissa do. Yeah, so she have, okay, can you see me, Larissa?
No, I can't see her. I'm on the phone, remember?
Okay. Well, this is one of the soaps that she makes. She make all natural stuff. I'm gonna let you explain your stuff. I'm just gonna show them what I have. These are the soaps I already use. I got one that I'm still working on. And you got GM on the front of this one. Look at the packaging, y'all. Real cute. What is the GM for? That's the goat's milk.
Yeah, goat's milk.
Okay, this is the goat's milk, y'all.
I make sea moss soap. I make authentic sea moss.
So this one right here with the C on it, this is the sea moss soap, right?
Yep.
So I have the sea moss soap because I only opened one. I have 4. And I've been slow rolling that. I'm gonna open the sea moss soap for y'all. I don't like to mess up my little packaging because I had it in my bathroom for decoration. But I'm gonna open it for y'all. Y'all look at this. Y'all see the pureness in this? Y'all can see me about through it. Look at this.
And let me tell y'all this. Anything that
it smells good. I mean, it don't have like no bad smell to it.
Right. Let me tell you, anything that I
make, use that, yeah.
I make it pure. Now, sea moss gel, me and my husband and my daughter, we take sea moss gel probably for the last maybe 1 year, 2 years maybe. We take it every single day. But let me tell y'all, the thing is, I didn't trust what people were making. So I get my own sea moss from Jamaica. I order it from Jamaica, and I make my own sea moss gel. And my sea moss gel is made with nothing but sea moss.
I'm gonna show them a picture.
Spring water. That's it. Now I do soak it in lemons overnight, just to take away some of the taste and the smell. But my sea moss is not made of anything. Now,
this is I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just showing them. This is the goat's milk. It's pure white, y'all. I haven't even. This is the one I'm using. I'm using this one now.
All natural. All natural. Everything. My sea moss soap, my sea moss gel is all natural. And let me tell you, what I do is with my sea moss gel, it's made with spring water and sea moss.
Okay, yeah.
I attract enough people. I didn't know what people was putting in their sea moss. So
this is her sea moss here, y'all.
And we take sea moss gel around here every single day. We take it every day. Me, my husband, my daughter, we take it every day.
So
it's 100. When I tell you it's made with, this is what it's made with: sea moss from Jamaica. It took me 2 months to get that sea moss from Jamaica, but I still get it, and it's made with sea moss and spring water because I wanted people to get the authentic version.
Right.
You know, I don't want that. There's some people who put, let's flavor it and blueberry and all that. Nope. I wanted sea moss and spring water. That's all I ever put. And there's people who say, you don't have to use that much sea moss. I put.
Because they want to cut it. They want to cut it.
Right.
You giving the full effect.
I'm not interested in cutting it. I'm interested in giving you the benefits
of
it.
Because the sea moss that you have gave Babe when we went to your house, like he was on that thing and he was loving it. And the reason why, I'm gonna tell you why, is because when we went to the mall and this guy said he was selling the natural sea moss, it tasted so bad, y'all. Like it was terrible. So when we went to your house, and I'm not saying this, y'all, because this is my cousin and everything. I'm just telling the truth. Because y'all know me, y'all know I tell the truth. I tasted her sea moss, it has no taste to it.
None.
It has no taste to it where you can you give us a couple of the benefits from the sea moss?
Well, let me tell you. Sea moss has 92 of the 102 essential minerals and vitamins that's needed for your body. So it has 92 of them. Sea moss is a prebiotic, which meaning it's working with your gut health. Sea moss is a appetite suppressant. Suppresses your appetite. There is so many benefits of sea moss. Sea moss has collagen. You know, a lot of people, we need collagen. Sea moss has collagen, which collagen has a lot of benefits. There is so many things that you can do. And let me tell you, when I don't have sea moss, I can tell the difference.
Right.
In my digestive system, it works wonders with your digestive system.
Right.
And I make it here. I make it genuinely. I'm not here for necessarily a profit. Well, we all got to make a profit, you know, but it's not necessarily just about the profit. I want you to get the benefits of sea moss.
Right. So
I don't cut it like other people cut it. You know, people say, well, you can just use 1/4 sea moss and then a little bit of water. I use equal parts sea moss and equal parts spring water for my sea moss. And people say, well, that's too much. No, it's not too much. You got to give people a quality product.
I absolutely loves it. I don't have any more. Wish she came to bring me some, but we missed this pass. But y'all, if anybody want to, first of all, do anybody got any questions for Larissa? Miss Wright, did anybody got any questions? We're gonna give it a few seconds to see if anybody got any questions.
Okay. Let me tell them the prices on the sea moss. $15 for 8 ounce, $25 for 16 ounce, plus the shipping. I'll ship it to you. When I make it that week.
8 ounce, and you said 25.
Yep.
For the 25 for the, you said 15 for the 8 ounce and 25 for the what ounce?
16 ounce.
16. Okay, y'all. So she said $15 for the 8 ounce of the sea moss and 25 for 16 ounce. So what about your soap? How much is your soap?
The soap is just $6.
Thank you, G.
For the bar soap. Yep. $6 for the bar soap.
And the soap is $6.
Yep.
So if anybody want to order from Larissa, that is her Cash App at the bottom. So y'all can just, if y'all want to order something, y'all can go ahead and just Cash App her and just leave it in the message thing, you know. And other than that, then that'll be it. But I just want to just thank her. I thank G Family. I thank Auntie Maddie. I thank Ghetto Gardener. I thank 50 and Fabulous. I thank the Double Trouble Twins. Christian, I thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
And whoever else is in the building that's still left in here with us, y'all. Y'all, I'm just excited. I was excited about this call because I needed to learn some things too. But if anybody have any questions, G Family said I enjoyed the live stream, babe. Thank you, G. But anybody want to get this soap? Auntie, when I send you your wig thing, I'm gonna give Auntie one of mine.
Okay, and listen, I'm gonna have it on I have an Etsy page. I'm gonna put both of those on my Etsy page.
So Auntie, I'm gonna give you the goat's milk. So when I send her a thing, I'm gonna give her the goat's milk. Yeah, one more thing I want to say. I just salute Larissa for coming out and sharing her story with us. And hopefully that we can get the Ghetto Gardener up here, y'all, because he definitely has a story to be able to tell to y'all. Yeah. But I am doing a raffle. Y'all, I have a page that I'm coming to. It's called DNA TV. DNA TV. Y'all go over there. I'm gonna put it in the thing. Y'all subscribe to DNA TV. Y'all subscribe to DNA TV. And I'll let y'all know on tomorrow what my DNA page is about. But I'm really just trying to be consistent. I appreciate everybody. I appreciate Larissa Wright for coming in the building. If anybody want any soap, any sea moss, yeah, please let her know. And she'll send it right on to you, no problem. And just write it in the Cash App part, you know, where you put the note at. Write it in there. And she'll send it right on over to y'all.
I definitely will, because sea moss to me is less about making a profit and more about letting people know this is good for you.
Right.
You know, of course, listen, I have to pay for it to come from
you.
Jamaica, so I can't give it to you for free.
She said, thank you and your guests. Thanks, Auntie. But
I'm telling you that I let more people know about CMOC. I want them to know the benefits of it and what it does. And I'm there for you on the other aspect. You know, no, I ain't gonna say that. And you know, some people say, "Hey, I want to try your CMOC.
Right.
I can't afford it." You know, I ain't gonna say what I did. You know what I'm saying? But that's just how I am.
Well, Auntie, this one is yours, baby. This one is yours.
Yep.
So she got the goat's milk because I'm giving it to her so she can like it and order some more. But that's my friend. That's been my friend. She from Maryland. We from the same place. But y'all, I'm doing a $1 raffle on my new channel, DNA TV, for this bag. So it's gonna cost $1. My baby trying to call me, but it's gonna cost y'all $1 to join this raffle for this bag that's gonna be on my new hold on one second, Larissa. I'm doing a live show, baby. I'll call you right back. Larissa, I'm here. Yeah, but it's gonna cost you $1 to win this Louis Vuitton bag. It's gonna be the first game that I play on my new channel, and it's DNA TV. So y'all go over there and subscribe. Y'all please give me a thumbs up over here. I got 7 thumbs up. I appreciate that. That's some love there. So other than that, y'all, I'm excited. It was a good show, even though we had technical difficulties in the beginning, but I had to come all the way out and go back in order for y'all to be able to hear us.
And listen, let me tell y'all this.
57.
Miss Wanda, Miss Bay.
Miss Bay.
Let me tell you something. Miss Bay.
Miss
I ain't
Bay.
gonna go into detail, but Miss Bay is an extravagant person. She been there for me.
Thank you, baby.
When I needed her to be there, when maybe she shouldn't have, but she was there for me anyway.
Maybe I shouldn't have.
Listen, shut up. Don't say that more. I love her. I love her to death. She's been there for me. She's a solid individual. I love her. And I would do this for her anytime she asks me. Because she's absolutely awesome. She has always been that way. Ever since I've known her, she has always been solid. And I love her for that.
Hey, y'all, I'm going to tell my story. I'm going to tell my story on DNA channel tomorrow. That's going to be my first day on that channel over there. That channel over there gonna be a little bit more hooded than this right here. This one right here is like a little bit not hood, but you're gonna get you a little bit of hoodness over there to that other channel. So that's DNA TV. Y'all come on, subscribe to DNA. DNA. Y'all know what DNA mean. That means we're gonna get to the bottom of it. You hear me? We gonna dissect that thing. We're gonna get to the bottom of it. So y'all come over there because that one is gonna be not so what's the word? Conservative. So G family, if you still here, you know you need to be over there on DNA. So me and you can talk junk to each other. We can't kind of talk too much junk on this one. Because you know that's like a family love.
You know I can change. I can change the face any way. I can be.
Yeah, I'm changing the station.
So I can be whatever way you think it is.
That's why G don't want to talk so much junk to me tonight. He see me over here with my pearls on. Hey, so he gotta check me over there and on DNA TV. So me and him can go backwards and forward. We can't go backwards and forward too much on this channel. But Y'all, we done did 59 minutes. I appreciate all the 4 people that have stayed in here, y'all. Even the technical difficulties that we have had. I don't know why, but you know, we know why. But let's see my banner. Let me move out the way. Can y'all see that?
And listen, Wanda. Anybody want to talk more about depression? Ain't no charge. I'm here.
Y'all hear that?
I'm
So
here.
y'all can read. You don't have a YouTube page, do you?
I don't have a YouTube page.
You're gonna have to make you one.
Yeah, I need one. But you know what? I'm here. Reach out to me. Email, Facebook. I'm here.
What is your name on Facebook, sis?
It is Risa Jean or LQS Creations.
Y'all heard that. Y'all heard that from her mouth. But we're gonna go ahead and get up off here tonight. Y'all, I appreciate y'all. Y'all come on DNA TV tomorrow so we can give away this bag. And so I can tell my story. So I can tell my story. I gotta tell y'all something. Y'all know how when y'all be trying to get off the phone and you be like, call me back, I gotta tell you something. Like for real, I gotta tell you, I gotta tell y'all something. I gotta tell y'all something. So y'all call me. I mean, y'all meet me on DNA TV. But I appreciate y'all. Peace and love from Bambay TV. We thank our guest Larissa from joining in tonight with us and keeping it real. And we love y'all. And bye-bye.
Yeah. Listen, Wanda.